This probe still guarding at the Xel'naga watchtower, going to be moving forward. Another probe giving vision over here. The observer still keeping eye on the Marines over here. The Colossus are going to be great against those Marines, going to roast those away very easily. The double pylon going on the backside, going to be able to wall that off against any Hellion harass. More Colossus spawning, the Chrono Boost being used completely on that robotics facility. We'll see if additional Colossus are on the way. He's probably waiting for just enough money and should be starting that right away. No. So he's waiting to do something else. Perhaps gonna get a... Yeah, there's the expansion coming up. Gonna be throwing down some pylons up front. There's a scouting barracks on the way. Avilo is now moving his orbital command over to... who knows where. Does look like the expansion is coming up for Lunatone, going to be securing the gold expansion to try to get even further ahead in terms of the economy, but little does he know Avilo is going to be securing his gold expansion even faster. Well, he does know. He has an observer over here. He should check that. He should be checking that quite often, so he does know about this expansion. The missile turrets are coming up. Looks like an attack is going down over here. Going to be forcing Avilo to not get his expansion as early as he would like. The Colossus going to be roasting away a couple of SCVs. And the Vikings are now out on the field to deal with those Colossus. Medivacs also being spawned to help heal those Marines up, making them slightly more resilient. Lunatone going to be warping in more units over here, trying to get more Colossus out on the field probably. It does look like he has a couple of stalkers over here doing the patrol, making sure that no Hellions are dropped in his main. Lunatone is doing a great job of expanding while he does these little pushes into the center, and then he just backs right up as soon as he gets his expansion running. Looks like he's going to be going for some double upgrades with the 2 forges now completing. And now getting some probes at his expansion. It does look like he's also going for the backside expansion, going to be double expanding. He feels quite comfortable right now. We'll see how Avilo tries to pull ahead, maybe trying to land this over here instead of at the gold base. Avilo continuing to get those Hellions out. We'll see if he's able to do additional probe harass down here. Lunatone grabbing the double upgrades. He also does have the... Oh, there's the Hellion harass. Oh man, a ton of kills on that Hellion. Getting roasted away. 9 kills. 2 kills on that other Hellion. Gonna be moving over here as well. Lunatone reacting, but the probes are lining up perfectly for those Hellions. That Hellion has 16 kills, a captain now. Oh man, another great shot. 5 kills on that one. 17 kills on this one. Avilo might be able to get back in this game just because of those Hellions. Hellions doing so much damage. The Harvester count is still even just because Lunatone has been able to produce so much during this game, keeping Avilo contained. The orbital command is reaching full energy, is trying to creep forward, additional units being warped in. Lunatone might be trying to go in for a bust soon. He's moving part of his army up. Oh man, Guardian Shield going down, Force Shields trying to hold the Marines in. The Colossus gonna try to roast away those Marines. The Marines all going down, however the Vikings working down all of the Colossus very quickly. Looks like the siege line holds and Lunatone is forced to back out. Lunatone is going to have to macro very heavily to try to catch up back in the probe count, well, he's going to try, well, I mean, he is ahead, but he was so much more ahead than he was earlier. I mean, he was so much more ahead earlier than he is now. He's got tons of gateways now on the field, going to be warping in tons of units. He did also get a Dark Shrine, we'll see if he utilizes that. I did not see any Dark Templar in the field yet. It looks like Avilo is advancing forward to this expansion. The Hellions leading the charge. The scan going down. Lunatone moving his forces forward. The Siege Shanks are sieged up. The Lazal charging forward. Lunatone going to lose his army here at the gold base. He's going to have to back his probes up to his natural expansion. He is not going to be able to hold this expansion. Meanwhile, Avilo has landed his expansion, going to be throwing down 4 meals right away. That expansion did just now explode. Lunatone did get the upgrades, but no Colossus out on the field right now, and he is dead broke. He's got tons of Zealots in the backside, but against Siege Shanks that are sieged up, there's one Dark Templar over here warding the Sea Shanks back. That Dark Templar does have 2 kills, gonna try to get another one. And a scan going down, gonna be able to take that Dark Templar out before he loses another one. There's another DT over here killing those mules. Great use of the DTs to kill off the mineral gatherers, the mules. Does look like Lunatone is moving to the center again, going to try to secure that gold expansion. He definitely needs it as he is running dry in the main. He might even want to do some long distance mining from the gold expansion. Going to continue warping in those zealots. And it does look like Avilo is backing to the backside, and the Dark Templar did try to harass over there as well. Lunatone doing a great job of spreading his pylons out. Going to be able to warp in those DTs anywhere. There's an observer over here continuing to keep watch over this army. Avilo's not building any missile turrets back here. Perhaps going to rely on getting no, he's not trying to get that Raven at all. The DT's over here going to be working away those few Hellions, and a scan did go down. He's going to see Lunatone's army. However, the DTs moving through the backside might not be able to do much. There is an engineering bay over here already, and there's an SCV down here. The DT is going to find no expansion down here. And there is now a missile turret at this base, so the DT's harass has essentially been shut down. Lunatone is getting still tons of zealots. Does look like a scan is going down over here. The DT's moving forward, forcing Avilo to spend a lot of scans. However, his army is just so big that I don't know if Lunatone can do anything about it, even with the DTs. DTs are now moving forward, going to engage this position, going to try to take out a couple of Sea Shanks here. Lunatone might need to switch to maybe air Void Rays to deal with this mass Sea Shank play. Does look like it's going to take out that one Sea Shank. Looks like the Zealots are charging forward on the Sea Shanks. Zealot's gonna get a surround on there, and it also looks like the Stalkers are pushing from this side. Avilo's tanks are on siege. It looks like these Zealots are doing tons of damage. The DT also in the mix, doing a lot of damage. The Vikings now landing, gonna be taking this force out. The scan going down as well. Avilo does hold off this attack quite easily. Looks like Lunatone is running broke of minerals at his natural expansion and is unable to take this expansion as well. Avilo is still looking strong, gonna be able to drop more mules at this expansion. He's still rallying SCVs over there. He has some idle SCVs over here, but it doesn't matter. If we take a look at the income tab, wow, Lunatone still has more harvesters, but Avilo is ahead in the minerals, probably just because of the mules. Or he was ahead just for a moment. Lunatone still moving the DT back and forth, gonna do the patrol, gonna see when this one expansion gets landed. There's a command center now floating over there. These back rocks are getting worked on. Avilo still at 0-0 with his upgrades. Lunatone doing slightly better at 1-2. That DT is going to continue scouting down here. It's going to see the orbital command coming up. Interesting how Avilo did not get a planetary fortress over here. He's going to continue scanning. It is a good thing that he did not get a planetary fortress here. He would have far fewer scans, and the DTs probably would do a lot more damage. That DT is going to get fried, and it does look like Lunatone is securing the back base. There's Azala over here doing the patrol, is going to be getting his exercise. Looks like the double expand going for Lunatone. He needs to take that risk to be able to get back in this game. The long distance mining also happening at this expansion. He's also got Templar now out on the field, but there are ghosts on the way. There is a DT over here harassing the Sea Shanks once again. Looks like Avilo is going to back up, and that DT does have 2 kills. The scan going down, going to be taking that out once again. Avilo is going to continue building those missile turrets, going to be able to allow him to continue advancing. It's like little Terran creep tumors, allowing your Sea Shanks to see DTs. Does look like Lunatone has his High Templar with the Storm. He's moving forward with a couple of tanks. Does look like he cannot engage those tanks right now. He's going to have to use those High Templar to full effect. The Hellions leading the charge. Stalker's getting spawned there. Does not want to lose those High Templar there. Gonna use the Storm on the Hellions, but did only just storm his own tanks. The Storm's going down on the Siege Tanks, but it was not enough. Not going to be able to take out any of those Siege Tanks there. Going to continue trying warping in units there. Going to move that DT forward. Going to try to take that out. That DT did survive the scan, so it looks like that missile turret did complete just in time. There's a High Templar here waiting for just enough energy. One more energy, he'll be able to storm. Looks like it will get roasted. Oh no! Lunatone storming at the last second with that High Templar, but it did not do anything. Avilo now pushing in here. Lunatone hanging in there as much as possible. He might get eliminated right now. There's very little that he can actually do. There's no anti-air in this composition. If he had just switched to Void Rays earlier, these Siege Tanks would be screwed. The Siege Blast now going off, going to unpower those two forges. Avilo still is now at 1-1. Siege Blast continuing to pound at these expansions. These probes are idle, not quite transferring over here just yet. GG calls Lunatone, and Avilo does take this series 2-1.